Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
I'm glad you can make it session this afternoon. Um, as you know, this is part of our ongoing contractual relationship. And thank you for returning the contract, by the way. As stated, this is a confidential conversation. And with that, I wanted to let you know that everything that you mentioned to me or that we interact on is confidential in nature. I will not reveal our conversation to anyone unless something comes up that I deem necessary to mention to someone outside this conversation, HR or another official. And if so necessary, I will alert you ahead of time and advise you that I will be doing that. Um, I am recording this conversation so that I can be totally engaged with you instead of badly scribbling notes and not paying attention to you. And I will be using that recording so that I can go back and make sure that I have complete notes for the record. Is that okay with you?
Sure.
Thank you. Again, those notes are only for my use. I will not be releasing them to anyone else. So I appreciate you allowing me to do that so that we can have an authentic and a conversation, but I do like to be transparent. Okay, so what brings you, what's going on with you for our conversation today? Is this personal, professional, or a
It's
combination of both? What's going on?
it's professional.
Okay.
I've been with this company for 20 years, doing the same thing. I've been telling, my manager, I seem to get a new manager every 2, 3 years. I've had like four of them for the past, three managers. I've been telling them I want to be a manager. I get excellent reviews. I get, full bonus, full LTI. My raises are always good. But I never, I'm not a manager, and I want to be a manager.
So, Brian, remind me what your current position is.
So I'm a senior software developer,
Okay.
and my new manager, well, even my old manager, they don't know anything about software development, and so I just do, I run my projects and I do, the development.
So the next position for you, as you mentioned, is manager level position, or is it
Manager.
supervisor?
No, it'd be a manager. We don't really
Okay.
have supervisors.
So do you currently supervise employees? And if you do, how many?
I don't know. I don't really supervise employees, although the way that it works in software development is that I will be assigned a project, either developing code or developing an application for, our oil and gas traders or power companies. And then I'll have a staff of contractors that I oversee, but I don't really supervise anyone, just contractors who do work for me.
Great. So tell me something. Have you have you reviewed the job description for the manager position?
No, I just want to be a manager.
Okay.
Like I'll
I
be a manager anywhere. I don't care.
I
I just
understand
feel
that.
like that's the only thing that I
Okay.
need.
Tell me why you want to be manager
It's the only way to get ahead. Like you got to be a manager.
and why is that?
Well, it's just the way it's always been.
Yes. Talk to me about it. Talk to me about what specifically about the manager title is important to you.
Well, it's comes with respect. Um, I don't. I like to lead people. I want to. You know. I want to be a manager.
So you want to be a leader or do you want to be a manager?
Well, it's the same. A manager has to lead people.
Let's talk about that. Talk to me about what specific, if you haven't read the job description, so I'm going to give you a couple of assignments today. And the first one is I want you to look at that job description. Okay. So we'll write that down. I want you to look at the job description.
Hmm.
I also want you to look at the definition of leader versus the definition of manager, because I want you to be clear about the difference between them. Right. And I want to posit to you that they're not the same. Right. You can be a leader without the title of manager. And the fact that you've told me that you've been working in this position for 20 years and that you're getting bonuses and raises, and that you have knowledge and experience that the people above you do not, and that they're looking at you to lead contractors on special projects, makes you a leader already. So you are leading people. So I want you to do a little bit of introspection if it's the title or the position that you're after. And if it's the position, then you owe it to yourself to look at that job description and see all that it entails. If it's the title, then let's take a look at that title and find out what about that title leads you to believe that you're not already being respected. So that's those two things are part of your first assignment. Now let's go back to finding out this thing about why you're not getting this promotion. Tell me the steps that you believe is necessary in order to get the promotion.
I think
What are we taking?
I'm only supposed to tell them I want to be a manager, and they're supposed to make me a manager.
Is that what you've been told, or is that what you know?
Well, that's just the way it seems. Like I don't know how people become managers. They just get promoted up and they're managers, and I don't know why I'm not a manager.
Okay, so here's your next assignment. I want you to go to HR. I don't want you to go to your direct manager. I want you to go to Human Resources Department. And I want you to talk to them about your career ladder progression. I want you to ask them for something in writing that tells you exactly what is necessary to get from position to position. And ask them for it in writing. That way you're not dealing on hearsay. A lot of times what happens with us is we make up stories in our mind about what is happening and what is not happening based on what we don't know. And we don't know what we don't know. And if it's taking you this long to not move from position to position, this could be what's happening, right? And I don't want you just to find out the technical skills. I want you to find out all the skills. You know what a KSA is, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yes?
Now, what is a KSA?
A KSA is the knowledge, skills, and abilities that you need in any certain position. So I want you to ask the Human Resource Department, when they post a job, it is their legal responsibility to list the knowledge, skills, and abilities that are needed in any position. So they're going to tell you what are the KSAs needed for a manager in your department, in your position. What the position that you are seeking, you need to know the KSAs that are necessary. I want you to take those and you put them on the left side of the paper. Then I want on the right side of the paper, I want you to define which of those you already have. And then right next to it, one more column, I want you to write 1 to 5, where you believe you rank. 1 to 5, 1 being I might have it, 3 being I got these pretty good, and 5 being I'm excellent at it. And I want you to sit in the room and be honest with yourself. Be honest with yourself and where you fall from 1 to 5 on a scale of having each of those knowledge, skills, and abilities. You're not defining them. Your manager's not defining them. Human resources, based on who they hire and who they promote, will tell you what those are. Okay? Can you do that before our next meeting?
Yeah, I could, but HR doesn't do any of that. Like
I
HR
want you,
won't.
I don't want you to presume what they do. I want you to go ask them and let them tell you no. Okay?
Okay,
All right.
I can do that.
Okay, you said you waited 20 years. I think if you can wait 20 years, you can get one more no, right? If you got no for 20 years, you can get one more no for 1 week, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So that's the first thing. The second thing is if you've been getting bonuses and raises for your technical skills, then let's see what's missing. Something's missing, Brian, right? Something's missing. Do you cook, Brian?
A little bit.
Okay, what's your favorite thing to cook?
Chick-fil-A. No,
Chicken.
I don't really cook.
Okay, you took me off guard with Chick-fil-A.
He probably wouldn't have said Chick-fil-A. He'd say, so, I don't know, burgers. I cook burgers. Yes.
You cook burgers.
Yes.
You cook burgers. If you're missing an ingredient in your homemade Texas chili burger, if you're missing an ingredient, if you forget to properly season your burger, something is not going to taste right, correct? Say
Yes.
you throw that burger on the grill without, I'm a vegan, so I'm going to have problems trying to describe it for you. But if you throw that burger on the grill and you don't put any seasoning on it, your guests are going to bite into it and it's just going to taste like bland, right?
Mhm.
So you can have all the technical skills and you can check it all out. But if you can't execute on one side of it, right?
Mhm.
Then you can't get to where you want to get. So I want you to have goals and I want you to have to do the KSAs. And you can have as a goal to be a manager. But if you don't go in there and see what you don't know that you don't know, you're not going to get there. Dreams without a plan is just, and goals without a plan is just a dream. And right now you keep telling me I want to be a manager, but that's just a dream because you need a plan. So you and I are going to work together over the next 2 or 3 sessions to get you a plan together. But you're going to drive that plan. Not me, not your managers, not anyone else. No one owes it to you. You
Mhm.
understand?
Oh yeah.
You want to be a manager, you are going to take it upon yourself to do the steps necessary to get there. But you cannot get there by thinking someone owes it to you. So the way to get there is, first of all, you need to read that job description. Unless a little disappointed in you, Brian, that you come to me telling you want to be a manager and you haven't read the job description, right?
Yeah, they come up from time to time.
Okay, so why have you not read it? Give me a reason why you have not read it.
Well, because I do good work. I get great reviews. I should just become a manager.
Yes, and I'm 5'2" and I can throw a basketball through the middle of a hoop, and I'm not in the WNBA.
Do you
Do
want to
you
be in
understand?
WNA? Yeah. Yes, I understand.
Okay, so sir, if you want this, you have to go get it. Most of life, most of life is based on effort. 90% of your effort, 10% of your skill. Correct?
Mhm.
So let's see how we can get you there, right? So
Yes.
tell me your assignments. Tell me what you're going to do before we meet again.
So I'm going to go ask HR for what the career progression looks like. You already know HR is not going to have one.
No, 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 no negativity. We're gonna go in there with positivity and we're gonna go in there and we're gonna grab what we want, correct?
Correct. Grab
Correct.
what we
Because if
want.
they don't have it, let me give you this. I want you to write this down. If they do not have this career progression tool that you need, you're going to ask them to get it to you. Because you're not asking them for it. If they don't have it, say, well, I need to have one. Let them figure it out.
Hmm.
Do you see the difference between how I'm thinking and how you're thinking?
Yes.
If they don't have it, let them figure it out. That's their job. Your job is to deal with IT in and to figure out how to get to manager, and their job is to help you. So you go in there with positivity and you say, I would like to see my career progression tool, and I would like for you to get it for me. And go in there smiling and just believing that they have it. If they say, well, we don't really have, could you get it for me, please? Let them figure it out. You're not going to say no, correct?
I'm not going to say no.
There you go. You're not going to say no. There is no no. They're going to get it for you. Then after you receive it, what are you going to do?
I'm going to read the job descriptions and then make a list of the skills that I feel that I have and why I should get that job.
You're going to do some honest evaluation of yourself versus what the job description says you need, correct?
Yes.
Yes. And now, here's where we will come together. Where there's a deficit, even if it's mediocre, if it's in the 2 to 3 range, and I'm going to guarantee you that very few people have a 4 or 5 range. Even if you rank yourself there, I want you to go back and look at it again. If you think that you are number 4 or 5, you're probably lying to yourself. You're probably closer to a 3, especially when it comes to soft skills, right?
Mhm.
Go back and look and say, where can I improve? And then that's where you go to your manager. That's where you go to HR and say, I would like to take some more classes in public speaking. I would like to take some class in client services. I would like to take some class in presentation skills. I would like to take some class in management and supervision so that I can get to my goal of becoming not just a manager. Maybe you want to be a director, maybe something else. Because right now, if you're managing projects, if you're managing contractors, you're already managing. I want to take some leadership classes because my goal is to be a leader. Manager is just a title. My goal is to be, I want to be a leader in this organization. So these are the classes that I would like to take. Now, if being a leader means I get the manager position, great. But I might want to be director. I might want to be something else. But I want to be a leader in this organization. That is the goal that you should be iterating to your management team. You understand?
I do understand.
So we will meet again. Get out your calendar and let's look at some dates. Let's just go ahead and schedule the next 2 or 3 dates so that we can make sure that you have some deadlines for this, because I don't want it to slip through and I don't want you coming back to me saying you didn't get it done.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to capitalize on this right now while we have you all excited and ready to go. Okay, sir?
Perfect.
All right. Bam. Mikhail.
I love it. I love it. That was awesome. Sorry. It was a very good introduction, very polite. Explanation of the coaching session was good. Professional nature. Good questioning. It was very excellent because you pulled out so much more than I was able to pull out. I had to laugh. Brian, you are hilarious. You were like, when you asked him, I'm so sorry. When you
made me
him,
laugh.
okay,
I cook Chick-fil-A.
you asked him, what does he need to do? He's like, oh yeah, I'll ask for the job description from HR, even though they don't have it. They don't have one. But it went very well. And you were able to get him to think more. And you did a lot of reframing. That was good. And you had him challenge himself about his limiting assumptions and to stick with like priorities. And then what I really liked it, how you used the scaling. That was so awesome. And how you just, you got it in, and how you got him to you were trying to get him to take the next steps, good encouragement to him, and how to set goals and review, and the action planning was good. Sorry, I had so much to say. It was really awesome.
For me, I think the best thing was making the mentee reiterate what the next steps were, instead of the coachee saying, okay, here's the next steps, to wrap up, we're going to do this, you're going to do this. I liked, because I don't really do that. What I do is I kind of reframe it, and then provide it to them. What it does is it allows you as the coachee to get a better understanding. Hey, is this person even fucking paying attention? Excuse my language. Are they going to put forth the effort to actually do something? What is my success rate going to be with this coachee? So I like that you did that. That was good. The only criticism I would have, and this is a pet peeve of mine, I cannot stand acronyms. I go crazy when someone gives me an acronym. No. You need to tell me what that acronym is. So, when you said KSAs, I was like, I knew it was because I've seen it, but then I'm like,